Thank you so much, Jenny. I wanted to ask you what the State Department or Secretary Rubio's position is on what to do with warehoused excess food from USAID, some of which has not spoiled, biscuits in Dubai, peanut paste, and whether that should be distributed. It's all been paid for by the taxpayers. So is there a view toward whether it should be incinerated or distributed or some combination? Is there a plan afoot?
Well, there's many moving parts, I can say. There is a dynamic involving various different considerations regarding expired food, regarding our Mexico City policy when it comes to certain items as well. Food, we discussed this before, but it's worth repeating. We have food that is purchased, meant to be distributed to specific locations. And then there is food in various locations around the world that is for global emergencies, that sits. And it's food that is meant not to be moved. It's food to be there if there is an emergency where people have to be fed in a quick way with food that is sustainable and that can be maintained for an extended period of time. But that is food. It's all right. That's the electronic world. It's food that is meant to not be moved. But then there's food, of course, that is there, that is stored in certain places, that is meant for a location. And that moves out and it gets distributed where it should be. But if food is spoiled, it will be destroyed. We are not going to distribute food that is expired. If there is food that is meant for emergencies that has expired, we'll deal with that also accordingly.
Is there any circumstance under which the State Department would countenance destroying unspoiled food for some reason?
Well, I again don't know of all the circumstances. I can say that there could be a reason of all the things that exist around the world, whether it is the inability for us to move it, a refusal of a government to allow us access or to move it to another country. I can't speak. There are many, many different fronts about why certain decisions are made. What I can tell you is what I've watched over the last 6 months are people who've been here for years, sometimes decades. I see you, sir. Keep your hand down. Thank you very much. Of people who've worked here on these issues for a very long time, others of us who are new because of the election. And the focus has been on how can we make these things work? How can we save enough of whatever the issue is? If it's about funding, if it's about food, if it's about what do we need, how can we make it work, but within the smartest, fastest, most nimble way to be able to help as many people as possible. No one is sitting in a room thinking, how can we destroy as much stuff as possible? That's not our goal. I've spoken in this room many times about the impact of the people who are Foreign Service officers and who are civil servants, who've dedicated their lives, their professions, to making a difference for people around the world. They are still here. They still care deeply. And we are here to try to manage, right, the largest, the most amazing government in the world and what we can do for the people around the world while still paying the respect and the deference to the American people and what they deserve first, so that we can remain the powerhouse and the helper and the friend that we are around the world. So each situation is different, but our goal is to make sure that we do remain in the foreign aid business. We remain a facilitator of things that the world needs. Many people probably didn't know that we have these food stores around the world waiting in case something happens. But we need to be able to facilitate that, and we're doing so transparently. We discuss this with you, and that's what I know about the people who work here. All right. Yes, sir.